Hi, since there were no people willing to watch the rather boring, in my opinion, match 11 of this season, I'm skipping it directly to match 12. It's not amazing either, but compared to the previous one, it has something worth capturing. Changes. This is the first match after changes to the Arena of Honor system. New buildings, changed mechanics, first time chaos. Have we found our way in this chaos? Or maybe we have been consumed by it. Check it out for yourself by watching this video. We played preventively, i.e., standardly, trading and trying to get something more valuable. Of course, this is our classic strategy because it is better to overestimate the opponent than to underestimate him. The most important change in which we can take an active part are altars. We now have several different types of altars that provide a permanent bonus when captured. The exception is Stranger, which provides a random buff, but it's a matter of luck. We were very interested in Maiden because the increase in speed and scoring points was exactly what we needed. This is what it looks like. The number of altars is limited, so everyone tries their luck in altars closer to other houses. In this case, when I tried to recapture one of the altars, I was attacked again. However, it was not well thought out, because despite sending a reconnaissance team, they released the horses on me anyway. But let's look at this enemy synergy, or more precisely, double synergy, weakness and famil. A very good combination, with one major drawback, the efficiency of famil. I'll explain what I mean. Layla, giving him a chance to repeat his commander skills, only strengthened Salma and Lena, which commander skills are useless because they only deal damage. If Lena had her exclusive weapon, then the situation would be different. Salma, on the other hand, is not necessarily needed here without Lena equipped with exclusive weapons. Of course, it sets the pace of the fight, allowing you to use the commander's skills at the very beginning. But as I mentioned earlier, it only deals damage. In this particular case, instead of Lena, I would see Marguerite, Annie or Arya Stark. Each of them would strengthen this lineup much more than Lena would without her weapons. There is no need to mention the synergy of weaknesses between Jamin and Zoe, although the cavalry has another commander who works great, Winton. Its huge disadvantage in this case is the need to launch 50 attacks against a weak point, but once this threshold is reached, it completely changes the dynamics of the fight by imposing the silence effect on a random enemy commander. Watchtower, a new building in the arena which can only be attacked from the clan castle. These attacks are a problem because when choosing trade, we do not have enough troops to be able to take over other buildings or castles of other factions' clans. Oh, the army is coming back. Since I tried to take over, I probably got hit in the face. After looking at the report, well, I could have expected it to be infantry. Bleed synergy more specifically. Here we have Sinar, Ree, Lero, a trio that works great in this synergy and can be obtained cheaply. I recommend. Additionally, Kevin, responsible for defense, and Lance Karin, who probably joined this lineup by accident. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad choice as it both increases def and heals infantry to a limited extent, but it doesn't really fit into the bleed synergy, more into weakness synergy along with Jaime Lannister. The problem is that weakness synergy does not work with bleed synergy. Bleed requires critical attacks, which are derivatives of normal attacks, while weakness turns normal attacks into weak point attacks. One cannot coexist with the other. I mean, there is one possibility of when it will work, but the effectiveness of both will be at an appallingly low level. In real combat, it is impossible to combine them. Instead of Lance Karin, I would personally use Barrett. Thanks to Sonara, every commander would be silenced anyway, but increasing the amount of bleeding in battle is always a plus in any situation. This dragon must be very confused by the number of attacks in its lair, but that's his problem. Stark, kudos to their quick response. They sent counterattacks almost immediately. Apart from the familiar lineup, he was hit in the face with another synergistic weakness. Full synergy. There's Jaime, Drake, Petilo, Arslan, and Hector, who's still fresh from his first coffee and not quite awake. Apart from the above fact, full weakness synergy is great for breaking down highly defensive lineups or eliminating glass bowmans. Petilo has a passive awaken that can be accelerated by healing, which is required to activate the weakness, increases attack and adds a damage reduction effect. A good and useful choice for weakness synergy. Arslan heals earlier than Drake, which allows for even faster activation of Petilo's abilities, and also triggers the effect of attacks on the weak point earlier. If it wasn't for Hector, who is a bit lacking, it would be a perfect combination, but it's still too early. Mine shafts are one of the newly added buildings to Arena of Honor. They work on the same principle as mines in Alliance Conquest, i.e., they can be attacked by other factions and have a mining limit. There are several of them on the map, so they have a small number of points to mine, and the fights for them can be really fierce. We fought until the end, although it is a bit like collecting scraps from mine shafts. But a point is a point, no matter how it is obtained. Unfortunately, 4th place was already certain. No loss, no gain. At least come back. There is a profit because each match gives us glory coins, which we need to exchange in the store. This is the last scene, after which I invite you to the after party. It wasn't a good match. I don't hide it, but we could have played it differently. Trading tactics allowed us to avoid reducing our glory points, but that's not the point. Due to the new mechanics, we have to start playing more aggressively, which may result in an increase in the number of losses and may also give us crushing victories. In the near future, I will try to refine my strategy more, but everything also depends on our opponents and their willingness to get rid of us. Game of Thrones, Winter is Coming is a strategy game. A move made now can result in changes in the future, for better or worse. However, there are no irrevocable decisions. You can always change your plan slightly during the process, and I guess this update requires it. The new attack mechanics from the clan castle seem unbalanced at first glance. No one captured new buildings in this match. But this is only the first glance. I can't reveal anything more because a good tactic is that your opponent doesn't know anything about it. And who knows, maybe we will meet soon. Follow my channel, another fight on Arena of Honor coming soon.